Blister beetles are an insect found in Oklahoma that actually are a pretty grave concern for horse owners. Ingestion of just a few of these insects can actually be lethal for the horse. So you can find blister beetles quite often in fields of alfalfa, which is often why we recommend that if you're going to feed alfalfa to horses, that it's actually imported from states that are blister beetle free. But they can even come into your barn, so they may actually be seeking out the dark or the cooler temperatures this time of year. And these insects swarm, so if you have a few, you might have many. And it's really important, if you've had or found any blister beetles in the barn, you need to check your feeders, water buckets, any surface that you may be even picking up hay that these beetles may have landed on. Because again, can't stress this enough, ingestion of just a few of these insects can be fatal for your horse. So blister beetles contain a toxin that's called cantharidin, and it is essentially a blistering agent, which is why they call them blister beetles. If you've actually ever inadvertently smashed one of these guys on your skin, it'll burn and blister your skin. So now imagine that that's on the inside of the horse, so it actually really creates a lot of havoc with their GI tract. And so you may see the horse is maybe playing in the water, almost seem trying to rinse their mouth out, colic, diarrhea, and again, death after ingesting just a few of these guys. So pretty potent insects. And one of the unique things about these beetles is they retain that toxicity even after they're dead. So even if you have hay from last year that these beetles were in, they're still going to be toxic to that horse. So primarily we concern ourselves with alfalfa when it comes to blister beetles, so they're associated with sort of the flowers on alfalfa. But be aware that anything that is still flowering this time of year may actually be an attractant for these insects. So it is not unheard of that other flowers in fields may actually attract them. But again, because alfalfa has the pretty little purple flowers, that's where the beetles will be attracted to. And because they cluster, a lot of times when they're cutting that hay, they'll kind of cut a swath that will have those beetles in there. So we've actually been encouraging a lot more people to grow alfalfa in Oklahoma. And for me, as kind of the extension or the equine extension specialist, makes me really concerned that people have more readily available alfalfa grown locally. But again, you really have to be careful about that. Obviously, stage of maturity changes a little bit. You can spray the fields, but even any quality hay producer that I talk to in Oklahoma are still never going to guarantee that their alfalfa is going to be safe for horses, just because they can't truly guarantee that. So alfalfa is a absolutely great feed for people whose horses need a higher protein content. So we think about mares and foals quite a bit. So those reproducing horses, because other horses will just be fine on grass hays. They don't maybe need as high of a protein requirement. So in that case, I would say using a grass hay, maybe adding a protein supplement. That we don't have a concern over those beetles. And then checking, if we're trying to feed alfalfa for a little bit of extra calories, there are other sources to provide calories to that horse with not just providing alfalfa. If you're set on alfalfa, and again, it's a great feed, imported, so we bring in a lot from Colorado, New Mexico, etc., or any of your bagged alfalfa. So the cubed or pelleted is all grown in different regions that beetles are not a problem. For more information about blister beetles and alfalfa, go to the SunUp website and they'll have links to the fact sheets that will give you all the information you're looking for.